All right, guys, welcome back to Game 2 here. Determined Gaming already won up over their opponents in Coast. We'll see if Coast have the response now with that Syndra pick in the mid lane. And Science Park going to go back up top against West Rice on Riven. NACL's matchup. I am EGAD, and joining me is Studio for what looks to be another defensive positioning.
Yeah, there is a bit more grouping from Determined Gaming. Maybe they'll go forward. Maybe they'll make a play happen. They do love level 1s, and their level 1 power is definitely there. I mean, Thresh, Riven, Lee Sin, Fizz, that's all high single target damage and a lot of CC as well. And they're going for the aggressive invade. They do make it to Coast jungle, and Coast hasn't really responded yet. Do they know they're there? Now they do.
Oh, we're going to see Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike comes through. Death Sentence actually connects, and Daydreamin' going to fall to Bubba for the first blood. No summoners from the side of Determined Gaming either. And that was just all skills, all auto attacks, and all first blood. As it does net them that 300 gold lead, as first blood is now no longer worth 400. And Bubba actually got it.
I gotta say, that was a homing death sentence right there.
That's
that
hitboxes in a
That
nutshell.
was way out there. Then all of a sudden, it's like, let me just wrap around, just kind of grab onto this
Lulu's
Lulu.
hat is bigger than her whole body, actually, so that hitbox is weird.
It's kind of like The Incredibles, you know, superheroes shouldn't wear capes, Lulu shouldn't wear hats.
Oh, jeez. We're going to see now as they might look for an aggressive invade towards the blue side. Pings come out. There was a ping to spot them out. They did see Wiz Fusion, and Robert Exley going to toy with him a little bit on that Mafia Jinx skin. Head towards him. Just fidget a little bit, and I think they might still commit to this.
They could go for aggressive harass, aggressive invade. It's something where, you know, Lee Sin is also so good at securing early objectives with the execute on his resonating strike, which we've already seen him rank up, that this could be huge.
All right, so the ward comes over, that little totem ward. We're going to look to see as Intended X over the wall still hanging around, maybe just looking for the smite. Still Broken Shark going to back on out. Wiz Fusion comes from the side. Not going to apply any Piercing Light. Zap does connect. There is the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike in. Wiz Fusion going to come around right now. It's going to be the Glitter Lance across. Piercing Light goes through. Who's going to end up getting the blue buff right now? And it looks like Nintendo X did snag that one away with his smite, as he did outsmite Broken Shard. And no harm, no foul. It will still be the lead over to Determined Game. They have that kill. And Broken Shard will just be like, damn, I didn't steal a blue buff. I'm going to go to my red.
It is a waste of time. He actually did use a smite too, so Broken Shard going to be very weak in the jungle, but with that early first blood gold, you know, his team is not necessarily in dire straits.
No.
Bot lane, can we see Daydreamin' and Wiz Fusion come back? Bubba is nice and beefy, has some extra sustain from that first blood, so it's going to be a great situation for him. But you can see Wiz Fusion and Daydreamin' already pushing into this lane. Thresh doesn't have a lot of push early on, the Death Sentence does not connect, so if they can stay far forward, stay constantly applying pressure in terms of minions rather than a direct harass, that can be their way to try and beat out Roberto and Bubba. And
we saw him trying to use the minion death as a little bit of a shroud for him to throw the Death Sentence there, but the minions were still in the range line and connect. And now we're coming from the side here. Fishbones for a little bit of harass there, as you do stack up Pow in the 3 times, and you just switch over to Fishbones and getting one free rocket shot does work very effectively and pretty annoying to deal with. That AoE, so right there, Daydreamin' taking a bunch as well as Wiz Fusion, so a ton of damage onto him. But now, it looks like we're going to have the lanes even up just a little bit there. There's a help picks, but no Glitterants just yet, as Daydreamin's going to conserve the mana, play a little bit more back, and Wiz Fusion getting harassed out there by Fishbones. It's so hard to deal with. This Jinx lane for Robert seems to be like one of his strongest from what we've seen so far.
I mean, it just might need to be banned out mid lane.
He dodges the tower shot.
Yeah, that is that playful trickster harass, and actually dodges a follow-up from Arthlon as well. And now West Rice versus Zion Spartan. Last time, West Rice had control.
A nice Bloodline pursuit to get away from that one. Flame Chomper's forcing out the flash as well. Bubba looking to go in with anything else, get some auto attacks. Zap comes through. Death Sentence was down from the miss. And that'll be Wiz Fusion's flash. So they could look for a fight here. He's only got barrier, and with Bloodline pursuit on cooldown, there could potentially be a 3-man gank up top. I don't know how that relates, but they're going to look for it. Arthlon shows Zion Spartan going to be their target right now. They're going to wait for the wave. No, they're not. Actually, they're just going to go in right now. They dash in with the Urchin Strike. He's going to playful trickster out, and with that, Zion Spartan falls over to West Rice. Broken Shard falls, though, so they go 1 for 1, and giving it Nasus a kill we saw last time was not something West Rice could deal with.
Yeah, definitely a huge problem. West Rice did pick up the kill himself, and this time he didn't go down. Bot lane, though.
They get the Death Sentence on the Daydreamer, but with Fusion and Robert Exley going on the side, they'd use the Dark Passage for some of the shield. Is Robert going to take it to go back in? No. They're going to decide not to keep it safe, as Robert Exley did get the bad end of that trade. Bubba was dealing with Daydreamer, and will use the potion to sustain back on up, as Wiz Fusion's was used a little early on. Robert Exley will get full lane control as well as all the CS, and Wiz Fusion might lose some to this turret if he doesn't get back in time.
I mean, 13 CS advantage now, going to be 14 as soon as that cannon minion dies in favor of Roberto. This is that aggressive positioning from Bubba. He moves forward, And if he lands a death sentence, that's great. If not, he can blow Wiz Fusion's dash. Then follow up with a flight or the flame chompers like Roberto has been placing. Against the wall, it blocks people from going around it, or they either take a lot of damage, and as a result, Wiz Fusion's had to burn his flash. He's had to play so defensively. And now with help of Nintendo decks, maybe they can come back in this lane.
He's going to finish off the white, maybe use that red in the bot lane. There's still flashes available for both of them down there for the Determined Gaming side. I'm not too sure he's going to go for that. Maybe he's just rushing level 6 now. And with that dive up top too, Zion Spartan did pick up a chain vest, excuse me, to cloth armor for 720 gold. That'd be a little
pricey,
man. A little pricey, yeah. The market must be cheap, but Shifter's going to get poked out. And once again, Arflon using the Playful Trickster to avoid that turret shot. And with that on cooldown, we could see Nintendo decks go in the mid lane, but Zion Spartan and Westroyce going at it up top, trading back and forth. Zion Spartan goes back, sustains off Siphoning Strike, and that'll be the end of that.
Westroyce still has that power of levels. This is the part of the game where Zion Spartan's got good response. Zion Spartan might be in danger, though.
Broken Wings for the knockup. He's going to flash forward, look for the auto attack with a Wither, and the... Oh my god, the turret shot! Westroyce, please. Hashtag things dogs do. As now, we do see Broken Shark kind of hanging around towards the bot lane.
Westroyce has just got to stop going for Zion Spartan underneath the turret when he's playing Riven versus Nasus. That is 2 for 2, 2 games in a row, where he goes for that solo aggressive dive. That wasn't even that far in this time, but he still gets taken out, and he also burns his flash and ignite in the process. 2 shots were enough from a turret to just blow up a Riven, especially this early on. Only longswords. We're looking to see the Lantern come in, flash flat with Fusion. Can they get anything? Zap connects. There is a Sonic Wave. No resonating strike. Do not want to pull Westroyce down there. And they will just be content with getting out of there as Broken Shark kind of nothing coming out of that gank. Will just go back towards his own jungle. As now, we're just going to look to see where this wave progresses. And mid lane, we haven't really talked about it all. It looks like a dominating CS lead for Shifter. Now, tell me if this sounds familiar, Egad. Top lane, Zion Spartan's going to be in a great point because of the early kill from Westroyce. He's going to take some damage now, but he'll sustain quite well. He can always teleport to buy, as he does need to go back and spend some gold. And bot lane is just in a dangerous position because of Roberto and Bubba superior early game with that Jinx Thresh combination. This sounds familiar because it happened last game.
If you're just tuning in, now you know.
Well, welcome back to game 1, as really it's going to come down to how Shifter and Arthlon roam around the map. Arthlon already went for that aggressive roam. And actually, Index in your mid lane, not quite level 6. When he hits level 6, he might look for that bait of Playful Trickster for that aggressive dive. But
Westroyce also level 6 now, has the ultimate available, could look for a dive on his Zion Spartan. Either way, he had the rough time last time. Maybe he learned. Broken Shark's going to end up running into Nintendo decks. They're going to part ways. But there it is, the ultimate initiation on the Zion Spartan. With underneath the turret, get a ton of damage coming in. And Zion Spartan, please. Westroyce keeps falling for the bait, and maybe not the best Riven determined by him. And I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Death Sentence connects on the Wiz Fusion, gets pulled into the Flame Choppers as well as flayed. It will be the barrier forced out as well as Ignite drop down. Daydream is going to be backed off. Zap connects, but Ignite is not going to be enough. He gets out of there with the force of the barrier. And now the turret push is on as Bubba maybe leading the charge, looking for something onto Daydreaming. But the wave does get there. They're going to look for some free pushing. They're going to look for some free denial of the CS from Wiz Fusion as Broken Shark just gets spotted out by a pink ward. And that'll be the end of that one.
There's been a lot of just crazy stuff going on across the map. Constantly, Arthlon and Shifter have been roaming from the mid lane looking for an invade or aggressive gank. In the meantime, Nintendo X has always been cut out in the area, catching them, spotting them, so it stops their gank. He has to run away immediately. Blue Buff will be going towards Determined Gaming, of course with their superior advantage bot lane. Very hard for Wiz Fusion to defend against that. Now, because Lucian and Lulu are so far behind, and Lucian really is based off a power spike from an early Triforce buy, this is scary.
Ooh, the fish connects on a Daydream, and he is not long for this world. He will fall. Robert Exley gets that kill as Broken Shard kind of getting a little chunked out there by Nintendo decks, but a nice little snipe off onto that level 4 Daydream, and he is 2 levels behind Bubba right now. And that is not a place you need to be as a Lulu, especially as a Lulu. It's really hard to deal with. Your damage is so low as is, especially earlier on in this game. And without giant growth, it's going to be really hard for them to deal with it. Wiz Fusion also level 4, so the zoning in this Determined bot lane is just putting in so much gold.
Yeah, they're not getting experience, they're not getting gold, they're not getting anything done in the bot lane. They might need to rotate mid just to try and farm it up versus Arthlon. Now, this is once again becoming solos versus Determined Gaming. Arthlon in the mid lane is actually quite a bit behind. He's been able to dodge and go for a lot of good harass, but Shifter has just taken the CS lead. Now 75 to 38 CS. That is an incredibly huge difference. And Shifter doesn't necessarily need to get kills early on. He can just farm up that team from some AP and become that super good blow-up style champion that Syndra is known to be.
And it won't matter if you're a farmed Jinx, because you'll just get blown up by the unleashed power. So we'll see how Shifter can look to carry out this game later on. There's the ultimate from Westeros once again onto Zion Spartan. Gets withered through it. He's just going to walk his way out.
Okay.
No more turret time for Westeros. I bet you the team, Broken Shot's probably like, stop. Right there. You're done. You're done. You got withered. You're out. Go. Stay alive. We're going to see a potential dive now as Bubba comes in. Destinus doesn't connect. Arthalon's on the side right now. Has blue buff. Waiting for that ultimate to come through. They're going to dive anyway as Bubba did take turret aggro. Nintendo Deck's going to go on to the Dark Passage. Pulls out Westrice. Arthalon backs out as well. No one else going any further than that one. Assault and Battery was available if anything. And they will just not dive. So a smart play by Determined Gaming to back out after seeing Nintendo do.
Luckily, they dived for a bit, but not hard enough. I'll take that. Westrice, I think, learning his lessons. Zion Spartan top lane takes a lot of damage from Arthalon. Has 2 levels onto him, though, but Broken Shard is there for backup.
Oh, there's a Sonic Wave Resonant Strike and a War Jump onto a Dragon's Rage. He flashes forward. It will be him tanking it up, letting Arthalon Playful Trickster as well as get that auto attack for the finisher. And they drop the ward right down, and Nintendo Dex is going to be able to clear. And they will secure the kill in a nicely played fashion without someone dying.
Now, that did cost him a lot of summary spells. That was a
2
flash
flashes
from Broken Shard, the Flash Ignite from Arthalon. So, in the end, is it going to be worth it? Zion Spartan is not really going to have a weaker time top lane because of that death. He's still going to have the superior gold advantage compared to Westrice. And actually, Nintendo Dex low on mana. I don't think he has enough for anything besides Assault and Battery.
Arthalon could actually look for with a Playful Trickster. Westrice is actually down bot right now, holding up with Fusion and Daydream, who have actually caught up in lane. They're both catching up on the levels there. Now Arthalon's still pushing with Broken Shard, looking for the potential dive onto Nintendo Dex there. If they do connect the Sonic Wave, I think they're going to go in. Broken Shard leaving the charge, connects it. Assault and Battery and a Playful Trickster to outplay that one. Looking for the Urchin Strike. Can he get in? It looks like no, as Nintendo Dex will be able to use that Vault Breaker to get over the wall. And well played to keep him alive, as well as to dodge away from that Assault and Battery for Arthalon.
That's actually a really good defensive play from both Nintendo Decks. He used the Assault and Battery because he knew he could force out that Playful Trickster. That led to an immediate Vault Breaker over the wall. So still a defensive play from Nintendo Decks. Even though it burned that long cooldown, it kept him alive. And unfortunately, Zion Spartan could not get to the top lane quickly enough. The big dog can't run on all 4, so he doesn't have that really high move speed as Shifter flashing away from Bubba. That's a long cooldown, but he still has that pick off. He just needs to make sure the wards stay down to keep himself protected from a very aggressive Broken Shard.
All right, and still looking to see the lane rotation come in as they're putting the 2v1 mid to deal with Shifter and leaving Westrice down bot to split push. Broken Shard kind of holding on off top as Arthalon is coming to join him up there as well, looking to see if they can pick off another kill here. And they're looking to go in right now. War Jump again. Tempest Cripple combination comes through. Looking for the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike. Juking away is Zion Spartan, but does not get away from it. And Arthalon does not get there in time, so he'll just trot his way back to the turret and wait for that wave to get up there and stack the Siphoning Strikes.
Now, it's really important that Determined attacks Zion Spartan. If they go for, let's say, Syndra in the mid lane, if they go for an aggressive dive onto his Fusion, Daydream, and bot lane, because of how strong Zion Spartan is with just his gold advantage in the Glacial Shroud and actually soon be finished Frozen Heart, he could very easily teleport and turn those fights around. So they're going for the teleport target. And actually now, Arthalon, can he get away from this combination?
There is the ultimate coming in as well. The Fury that stands the Siphoning Strikes. Looking for one more Wither and then a Siphoning Strike. Oh, and it's actually the stun from behind. Shifter was making his way up to that lane and was sitting in there for a little while. Comes back in, snipes off a kill. Keeps Zion Spartan healthy, and that'll be a nice kill for Shifter that's needed.
Those Syndra snipes are a little bit OP, man. And now, 4-4 in terms of overall kills. Gold dead even. You know, the big dog and the mid Syndra looking very powerful. Wiz Fusion has had a lot of time to farm. Actually teleport from Zion Spartan into the mid lane.
Wow, they're going to look to go in on this one. Assault and Battery and above it up. He flashes away from the stun, but you can't get away from the officer as the Wither gets applied as well. Looking to see what else they can get. Spirit Fire comes in. Shifter picks up that one. They're chasing on the Broken Shard now. Robert X. Lee in a dangerous position, trying to run up as Wiz Fusion getting targeted out by Broken Shard. Where is he going to go with this one? Maybe looking for a ward to ward jump away from him. Kicks Shifter away. Wither connects on a Robert X. Lee. He is not going to live much longer unless he flashes up the wall. He will. The turret shot connects. Is there enough mana actually for them to keep chasing this one? Zion Spartan has those tier 2 boots, drops the Wither. The Flame Choppers aren't going to stop him much longer. Zap comes in. They're still chasing in the back line there as the Fish connects on the Nintendo Dex. And there's a Siphoning Strike. The barrier just a little late. An auto attack from Zion Spartan picks up the kill as the culling comes in from the back, but nobody kind of eating that one. Westrice still alive on the side, looking to see if they can get Shifter here. Broken Shard not going to look for the Sonic Wave. Will just back out, and that was a one for none still in favor of Coast.
There was also that initial pickup on the Bubba in the mid lane, a very odd engagement because there was a great escape from Roberto. He was able to just run for a long time, which it stalled out the fight. It made it so that Broken Shard couldn't immediately be focused down. They had to split the focus on Coast, and it almost resulted in a lot of kills for Determined Gaming. The problem is, well, they could not get Riven there fast enough. They could not get Broken Shard enough backup right away. And they don't pick up that many kills, only getting 0, but they do pick up Dragon, so it really equals out that engage.
Yeah, that fight.
That was a weird fight. That was just a
so
spread
awkward. Just everybody all over the place, but as we're looking at items, we haven't really seen too much yet. Just Frozen Heart for Zion Spartan, Bloodthirster for Robert X. Lee, and the Bloodthirster for West Fusion as well. Supports kind of favoring the tankiness is Daydreaming, going for the Sight Stone and the Coin, as well as But I'm kind of sitting on some money. He's got the coin, bought a ton of wards, bought a ton of pick wards, so kind of helping out with some of the vision control. And the Dragon, the first Dragon of the game, actually goes over to Determined Gaming too, which we forgot to mention. So a little late on that one, as they do pick it up at around the 14-15 minute point.
Yeah, there really hasn't been a great snowball in favor of either team, because the bot lane was in more control for Roberto and Bubba, but there wasn't really a huge massive play where they went for reliable Dragon afterward. Arthlon spent a lot of time top lane. There's been a lot of roaming, and it's really becoming this very odd power structure. So Arthlon, he can get kills, he can really back up in a gank, but he can't lane anymore. So that, as a result, they're sending Roberto and his Broken Charges, any sort of backup in mid lane, to try and either pick up or stop the push from Shifter. And now Arthlon's just kind of going for that Fizz aggressive Roman movement. He only has Brown Boots, all he needs, and with that Lich Bane, he has a lot of damage, so he can definitely pick up kills. The question is, will going for the kills rather than going for the farm really lead to a good late game for him?
I'm not too sure. We'll see how it pans out. If he can, I guess the farm will benefit him a lot, but the kills, they benefit you like even more.
They benefit the team.
Yeah,
too.
they benefit the team too with assists. You got to factor those in. This a little bit extra gold. Best Rice now with a team at going at it up top with the Brutalizer too, kind of shredding through that Frozen Heart. But Zion Spartan, 220 stacks, stacking up like a monster, siphoning strike, healing for about 100 to 80 through those. Arthlon is making his way up top too. There could be a potential dive now. He pops Fury of the Sands, will pop the flash as well to get out, and a good bait. They force for the ultimate. They could look for another potential dive here. And ultimate from Riven does last a little longer than expected. And Broken Shard was up there too. So kind of leaving Robert X. Lee on his own down bot could be dangerous. This turret might actually fall, or they could look for a dive as Arthlon does pick up the last hit up there. The tier 1 does go down, and Robert X. Lee stays safe. The next Shifter waiting on the side. Looks like they're going to see if anybody can overextend. But this whole determined gaming side does actually back out. It's going to stay safe and be content with that one turret.
A ward did spot Nintendo in the area, so they knew that, all right, Zion Spartan has to have some sort of backup, but Nintendo X, we know where he is. There's probably a Shifter in the area as well because he wasn't on the map, and they play defensively. That's solid because even though Zion Spartan had already used the ultimate, and actually now he's in a 3v1.
Oh, Sonic Wave Resonant Strike combination comes in. They're looking for the playful Trickster for the kill, but no, Westrice gets it, and that Zion Spartan Nasus just keeps on getting dove over again. They're trying to shut him down. He's still 4-3. He's still building towards that same build he had last game. Frozen Heart into Trinity Force, and then those siphoning strikes are just going to be two-shotting people at some point. But down the spot lane, Robert X. Lee getting poked out. He's still really far ahead in farm, surprisingly, and won't get poked out with a Piercing Light. No Gunslinger passive applied. This Fusion trying to catch up in that lane, still down that, what is that, like 43 CS?
43 CS, quite a bit. The issue is that in the bot lane, Daydreaming can't really force a dive necessarily.
Nintendo X looking for Westrice right now. The shield might fade away. Looking for the Assault Battery, does go through. He cannot get the jump over wall just yet. Gets the stun response. The Volbreaker keeps him away. The excessive force, and he will fall on the 1v1 against Nintendo X.
I mean, solid play from Nintendo to actually zoning someone out from the wall. And that's something you see very often, but hey, he kept Riven from getting that jump, he kept himself safe, and also secured that kill. The flash was available for Westrice, so he could have gotten away possibly. With that kill, if they give some time for Zion Spartan to push up to the turret, possibly take that top objective, they can try and rotate him around, or just keep him up there to be that big and movable stone. The thing is, I really like what Determined have been doing. They're focusing down Zion Spartan. They know he's a big threat. They know Westrice will have trouble in a straight-up 1v1, so they're constantly applying pressure, constantly forcing Arthlon on top lane. And what that does is, with the build from Zion Spartan being mostly armored, that magic damage that Arthlon dishes out, it's just destroying him.
Yeah. As we look up top, Sheen Proc's coming in. He's just chunking away at these turrets once again. It's not as late as last time, so he's not taking away a third of their HP just yet. We'll see. Westrice comes in, shows himself, backs off, and it looks like a little rotation towards the blue buff side as Shifter comes in. Bubba and Broken Shard kind of holding off that way, waiting for Arflon to clear that one through. They will run it to West Rice. Whimsy connects. There's going to be the stun as well. Unleash power. Flash over the wall. Exhaust goes through. A flash from Shifter to drop Ignite. One more tick. No, it's not enough, but Zion Spartan with a Spirit Fire gets the kill. Flash from Bubba. The Flay doesn't connect. They will disengage with the Scatter of the Meek. Arthlon maybe looking for something. Death Sentence doesn't come through. Hits that range minion as Arthlon playful tricksters his way back out. Zion Spartan looking for something. Arthlon forced a flash. Bubba is going to be sacrificed here, though, as an intended X gets the kill. That should be a tier 2 going down in that top lane. While WizFusion is getting chased away by Robert X Lee in the bot. Looks like he'll flash forward for it, forcing the flash out of WizFusion. Ardent Blaze comes through the culling, but there's no response. The Mega Infernal Death Rocket, the Super Mega Death Rocket, excuse me. Oh my god, confusing Ziggs with that. There's a teleport from Zion Spartan, though, in the back. Siphoning Strike, 1, looking for number 2 for the kill, and there it is, and he will fall as a nice teleport play and bait by WizFusion.
A great roaming from Coast Gaming. Coast have been on the defensive. They've been playing against the Determined, who are constantly going across the map, constantly focusing down Zion Spartan in the top lane, and they caught it out. They realized, all right, this is our first time moving far forward. The ward coverage will most likely not be there for Determined, because Determined have been so far aggressive that the ward coverage is going to be much more offensive than defensive. And using that, they abused West Rice in the top lane. They were able to send Zion there to kind of zone out Arthlon, Broken Shard, and Bubba Dub. And when they could not get past Nasus, that just set up the strong, constant AoE damage and harass from Shifter in the back line. And of course, the police intended X showing up and just setting up those kills.
Yeah. He's also got double long, so looking for a little bit more of an aggressive build. Maybe going for Black Cleaver, maybe going for Blade of the Rune King, you never know. Dragon being initiated up here by the side of the Determined Gaming. So we'll see where they go from here as Bubba Dub going to zone off, spot them out, drop that ward. Death Sentence connection with the Nintendo Dex. They're not going to initiate fully, but will the Smite Steal come? Nintendo Dex on the side there. They're going to disengage completely from the side of Determined Gaming. The Dragon is below half, so it will go back into the pit, heal up completely. And that'll be the end of that until they wait for all 5 members from both sides to attend. Arthlon's coming in slowly. Zion Spartan's coming in from the base. He did just buy his Trinity Force, so a huge power spike for him. As Dragon started up there from Intended X, WizFusion laying in some damage. Broken Shard waiting on the side currently. Zion Spartan does show himself. Siphoning Strike comes in. That will be the Smite as well as the Spirit Fire for the kill. They're looking for a chase down on the Broken Shard to get stunned up there. They're looking to chase him out as West Rice does get a double knockup. Pulls the Dark Passages. They're being really tricky right now. Playful Trickster comes in as well. Everybody backs out. Intended X looking for the Assault and Battery but cannot find anybody. And that was very cheeky by the side of Determined Gaming to get out of there. But Dragon still goes over to the coast as that will be their first Dragon of the game.
You gotta love that the final nail in the coffin for that chase was the Flame Choppers coming out. Like, all right, we can't get past Flame Choppers.
We're done here.
Everybody back on out. But Coast, they secured the Dragon. They're showing that this time they don't really need to play as much as a split push oriented comp. They do have a really good team fight. All of it's more single target oriented, like Vi's ultimate, as well as Shifter's ultimate playing Syndra. But still, they can blow up very quickly. They know Zion Spartan, if he's fighting in a 5v4, can easily just play the cleanup crew. Now, with that Dragon being taken, there are really only 2 objectives left in the map: Trap Turrets and Baron. And if Coast go for a turret push, the issue they're going to run into is they don't have a really good range attack, like let's say Jinx's Fishbones, to really push down the turret. So they can try and go for a push. They're going to be looking for more of an aggressive dive with poking from Shifter, weakening the Determined lineup. And for Determined, it's going to be more about going for more pickoffs. Arthlon does a lot of damage, but he doesn't really have a lot in terms of items. So no zone is no utility.
He went over with the Safeguard, and they will force him back out. Death Sentence not going to connect him for Bubba Dub. The whole time Broken Shard was playing with the ward vision from the other side of Coast, he was standing on one himself, so I knew he was there. They played it safe, backed out. I don't know, did they force a flash out? They did actually. They forced out Daydreamer's flash. So that was a good play, I guess. Nonetheless, coming in, they're down about 5,000 gold. They're scouting on Intended X there. Broken Shard kind of on his own right now, looking for a ward jump to safety. Can he get out? There it is. We'll come over to the wall there. He's got his own personal sight stone, so helping out with a ton of vision there. Intended X gonna get the help picks, looking for something as the Fish did get applied there to WizFusion. They're trying to steal away the blue buff. They do end up getting it, but Zion Spartan is there, going to come in from the back, looking for a wither onto anybody right now. Where's the Assault Battery? It's going to be onto Robert X Lee as Broken Shard does flash over the wall. Sonic Wave Rescue Strike back over. Intended X going to hit by the Wind Slash into Bubba Dub, but he can't respond to anything right now. As the Death Rocket comes over the side, it will pick up 1 for Robert. Double kill for WizFusion though, as he's going over the side. Broken Shard picks up that one. Bubba Dub goes down. They're chasing in onto West Rice now. Flame Choppers does stop 1. The stun is not in range. Robert X Lee will be able to get flashed on actually and withered. Oh my god, the Siphoning Strike one-shots 1, looking for 2, gets it again. Double kill for Zion Spartan. That'll be 2 kills over to him, as well as an ace for the side of Team Coast.
And Arthlon in the back line just saying, all right, come on, I can do something now. I'm here for the team fight, guys. And now, man, Zonspartan able to really just tank up that turret. Sun coming out, Shifter does not land onto Arthlon, but Arthlon not going to be brave enough to go towards this fight until the rest of his team has respawned. And that was just the catch for a potential from Coast. They took out one target, they split the fight immediately. And if you're running away from a Nasus, you're running away from a Vi and a Syndra, it's so easy for one target to land a CC, then this long-range CC following up. You know, the Scatter of the Weak CC is incredibly long range for Syndra. Vi has amazing initiation range, and if Zonspartan pops that ultimate, Wither, that's hitting you from far away. So if it determined really get into more team fights, it's very easy for Coast to isolate targets and just kind of pop them out one by one. I gotta say, Westrise tried to do the manly play and save Roberto Exley at the last second by doing his stun, but unfortunately Zonspartan got the auto attack in with Siphoning Strike and just blew him up right away.
Those Siphoning Strikes now are just destroying people. He's almost got a Spirit Visage. That Trinity Force, the Sheen proc, just two-shotting people, especially when they're low, just destroying them. He's got the Phage proc active there, trying to chase down anybody for a Wither. But now, Determined Gaming, they kind of can't respond to this one, as Robert X. Lee going to get caught out there, and the Dark Passage will not be enough. The Unleashed Power just going to lay him out, take him out, as it will be the culling as well, laying a little bit of an assist damage there. And quick little kill on Robert X. Lee, as their comp can do that now. Syndra coming in, Assault and Battery onto Bubba, Ardent Blaze and Stun, and Wiz Fusion on a killing spree now, and that was a ton of damage coming in from Shifter again, as well as the Wiz Fusion following up, and a tier 2 is going to fall.
I mean, as it all happens, bottom lane being pushed in by the big dog, that turret does go down as well. I mean, just control all over the place right now. For Coast, one person getting caught out leads to another getting caught out, and that is just the style of play that happens with a Syndra, with a Vi. Mid inhibitor won't be long for this world, possibly bot inhibitor turret as well as, well, Zonspartan wolfing up that turret.
All right, we're going to see an initiation on him. He pops the Fury of the Sands, gets the Giant Growth. That's a ton of HP, and the big dog, as now the turret will fall. Siphoning Strike comes into the Bubba, just one-shotting him, two-shotting him, and as well as Shifter laying in all the damage he can. Two inhibitors gonna go down here. They're trying to get zap damage and that Fishbones damage, but they cannot, as Broken Shard is on the other side right now. Flashes, kick Shifter in. A flash from Westeros, but a beautiful flash from Shifter to disengage and turn it around, and it will be that W to pick up 2 kills, as well as a Q from Shifter to get that double kill. And now they're going to push in, look for the Nexus turrets. Zonspartan taking it all up, dropping Wither onto Robert X. Lee, making him just melt and disappear, as Arthlon just trickstering away. Will end up falling down. That Nexus turret 2 going to go down, and it looks like that is actually going to be game, as Coast will turn it around. The Unleashed Power picks up Arthlon in the end for that last kill, and with everybody leaving the lobby, that will be a tied series, so going to go to game 3.